close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another show. Apologies, this wasn't yesterday, but I was too busy traveling back from Nottingham. Please let me know if you can hear me all right. Please let me know as well if the poll come out all right, because I did put up a poll on YouTube, and the question is, should we sacrifice cup competitions to finish in the top four? So yeah, please let me know if that come out. Would really appreciate it. But yeah, listen, I'm here doing the Nottingham Forest review, and yeah, it was a fucking disaster, really, wasn't it? There's no other way of cutting it. There's no other way of saying anything about it. It was a disaster. Do you know what I mean? From start to finish, we were absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. It was awful. Absolutely awful. Big up, and Aaron. Did it come out? Was it working all right? Joanne and Aaron said it's working all right. Yeah, so you're saying it did come out. I'm hoping so. But yeah, it's mad, absolutely mad. Yet on Sunday, like, honestly, I wasn't expecting that crap performance. I know we had a lot of changes, but I wasn't expecting that level of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, we just didn't have one single shot on goal. I think we had about maybe one or two, but we didn't have anything of note. And our midfield looks so weak. Do you know what I mean? Right now, it just looks so weak. And I just don't know. But three things I learned from this game on Sunday. And the first one, that some of these players really need shipping out. The second one was that Eddie Nketiah, I don't know what Arteta sees in him. And the third one being is that our second string team, because we did play our second string team. I know there was a few first teamers in there like Ben White, Martinelli, Saka, but it just goes to show that when you're missing a few key players, especially with us at the moment, when you're missing a few key players, we just crumble. And when you bring in some of these fringe players or second string players, they're just not good enough, are they? Cedric was absolutely awful. Nuno Tavares, it summed it up for me when Arteta's bringing off Nuno Tavares at halftime. Big up Steve, the Arsenal misfit. Yeah, it sums it up for me when you are bringing off Tavares at 35 minutes. I mean, a lot of people complained that Arteta brought him off. I actually think if a player's playing shit, then it doesn't matter what minute of the game it is, you're getting hooked. And Tavares was having an absolute stinker. Absolute stinker. Big up Joanne as well. They should give fans a refund, says Joanne Smith. I'm not... Look, maybe they should, but they're not going to, are they? Let's be real. But yeah, I went to the game. Apologies as well. I didn't do the fan reaction after the game. It was just I just wanted to get out of there, get to the pub and have a few drinks. which is what I did. But yeah, it was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And I don't really know, guys, what happened on Sunday. Like, I do know what happened, but I just, yeah, I'm just, I've lost the will to live. It was just absolutely horrendous. Why do we always underperform at Nottingham? You know what I mean? Why should we um why do we always play shit at Nottingham? Um Cup should never be sacrificed for fourth any day, says Grant. Um Remember, not having European football was meant to help Arsenal. Cups over fourth any day. Do you know the thing is, right? And I'm going to come on to this. I'm going to come on to this, but I'm going to come on to this in a minute, Grant, because I want to address your points because you make some very valid points, but I see it slightly differently, and I see it slightly differently only for this season. Like normally, I would agree with you. I would wholeheartedly agree with you. Trophies over a top four finish, but this season, I'm looking at it slightly different. But I'm going to come on to it in a minute. But yeah, the game was horrendous, guys. The game, like honestly, we had no chances, and it was. I'm more disappointed than anything. Um, Not because it's the same old Arsenal and all that. I'll tell you why I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because we put in a really good shift against Man City. I know there's one or two of you that kind of disagree with me on this, but we put in a really good shift against Man City, you know? And we worked our absolute bollocks off in that game. And we all come out of that game feeling robbed, didn't we? Against Man City, we all come out of that game thinking, Jesus Christ, the referee screwed us over. So I was like, okay, listen, this is a building block to work towards. You know, this is where we want to be, competing with the best. And I felt we did that against Man City. Completely the opposite against Nottingham Forest. Completely the opposite. I know you can look at the fact that players were missing and all that jazz, but even so, there was enough out there to win the game. That's why I was disappointed. And I'm just look mad. Let's have a look here. To me, the players didn't look like they were prepared to play this match as Steve the Arsenal misfit. Tavares was all over the place. Tavares looked like he had no clue what he was supposed to do. Now, the only thing I will say on this, and you make a valid point, the players didn't look like they were prepared. Now, the only thing I will say on this is we were meant to be playing Liverpool on Thursday, right? We were meant to be playing Liverpool. So I'm assuming that we prepare. Because listen, with all due respect, playing Liverpool is better than playing Nottingham Forest. You know, you kind of need more preparation to play Liverpool than you do Nottingham Forest. And this is the general feeling that I'm getting from the Nottingham game. I think the players trained so hard for Liverpool, and this is my general feeling. So obviously, you know, I might be wrong on this, and obviously feel free to disagree with me. But this is what I think. I think they trained so hard for Liverpool to the point where they were so up for playing that game, and then that game gets called off for whatever reason. Listen, I'm going to come on to obviously Liverpool a little bit later. I am doing a full preview for the Liverpool game tomorrow, so I'm going to cover this tomorrow, but I'll address it a little bit later in this show. But I think the players prepared so hard for Liverpool, that game gets called off, and I think then they overlooked Nottingham Forest because they'd put all their preparations into preparing for Liverpool, because we were meant to play Liverpool. And then obviously when you're training and the whole system, and I just genuinely think they didn't train hard enough from the moment Liverpool getting cancelled to playing this game, on Sunday, they overlooked it. Then also you have to factor in that a couple of players on Sunday tested positive for COVID. Now, listen, I want to get this clear. I am not sticking up for these players. I am not sticking up for these players whatsoever. I'm not sitting here saying that what the performance we saw on Sunday was justified, because it wasn't. It was no way justified, and you will never ever hear me say that I'm justifying that performance. But I'm just looking at it. We've been hit with COVID, AFCON. I know there's other teams but we haven't got. We've always known that we don't have the depth of squad that other teams have. When you look at Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, ultimately is where we want to be. So ultimately, we're going to be looking at those teams. So we don't have the depth of squad that other teams do. And it's showing now. And I've always worried about this. I've always worried about the depth of squad that we had. And Aaron Jones says every player, apart from Shock, every player was shocking, apart from Martinelli, including Arteta. Arteta got it wrong. Crap team selection and crap subs. Do you know the thing is, Aaron, right? I don't think Arteta would have picked that team had he had all of his players. That's just my general feeling. Like it. I accept that these players should be good enough to beat Nottingham Forest, but when you look at who was missing, we had Gabriel missing, we had Partey missing. Obviously, Pepe, Aubameyang, and all that have gone out to the African Cup of Nations. But I don't think some of them players would have played. I think it was kind of a little bit forced. Like, I'm not sticking up for him whatsoever. I'm not at all. You will never hear me stick up for him. But I'm just, look, COVID's hitting every team right now, unless you're Liverpool and just have a load of false positives. Then, but COVID's hitting everybody. Let's have a look here. But I just look at this game, and I think we should have done better. We should have done better in this game. That's all I'm saying. Like, honestly, that's honestly, that's all I'm saying. But I want to come on to the feeling that I had after the game, because quite frankly, the performance we could just probably forget about. And I don't really want to cover it in too much depth because I get really pissed off about it. But the feeling I had after the game is, firstly, I was disappointed. And, like I said earlier, I was disappointed because we played so well against Man City and then we played so shit against Nottingham. But the feeling I had once all my emotions had died down was, maybe this is good for us this season. Now hold fire before you all go, what the fuck? Maybe this is good for us, because not having the FA Cup as a distraction, only focusing on the top four. Listen, I'm not too worried about the Carabao Cup, because if we get to the final, that'll be done and dusted by the end of February, whatever happens. But I just feel that having to focus on the top four right now is more of a priority than winning the FA Cup. I don't want, and I am fed up with getting to a situation where we win the FA Cup and it papers over the cracks and everybody forgets what shit season we've had. That we can't now do that. We can't now use the FA Cup as a papering over the cracks trophy, because the FA Cup, and I love the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup with a passion. But lately, it has been our get out of jail free card when it comes to not doing stuff and not giving a shit. And I'm fed up of it. And so for me, I feel a little bit like the FA Cup, take that out of the equation. Now we have to finish in the top four, which is ultimately where we want to be, right? In the top four. And yes, I know we got players missing, but ultimately they're going to come back after the African Cup of Nations. And we have to do some business in these last couple of weeks in the transfer window. Whether that'll be Vlahovic, whether that'll be a midfielder, whether that'll be another striker, who knows? But we need to do something. The board and the people working behind the scenes need to pull their finger out their asses and do something. But going back to the FA Cup, I'm actually I'm not glad that we lost. Don't ever think that I'm glad that we lost, because I'm not. But for me this season, my prize as an Arsenal fan is always going to be top 4 this season. I'm not saying in normal circumstances, the FA Cup, going out of the FA Cup would be really disappointing. And it is disappointing. But for me, this season, finishing in the top 4 is more. There's a need to finish in the top 4 for us, because we've been out of the Champions League for far too long. And I'm fed up of it. Fed up of being out of Europe altogether this season. But I'm fed up of missing out on the Champions League. Look at the reasons why we potentially can't sign Vlahovic, because he wants to go to a Champions League club. Fair play to him. I ain't going to knock him for that. And this is why I'm fed up of Arsenal being out of the Champions League. So if we have to sacrifice the cups this season to get back into the Champions League so we can properly invest in this squad, then I'm happy to take the short-term pain for the long-term ambitions of this club, because I am sick to death of being out of Europe. I'm sick to death of being out of Europe's top table, and I want us to get back there. So that's just my take on the FA Cup. Let me know what you guys think. And Aaron Jones says, no, in answer to your poll, we shouldn't sacrifice the cups for the top 4. I have Guardiola's mentality. We should treat every game as a cup final. And I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But 2 things. We don't have the players to do that. We don't have the players to compete on all fronts. This is why I want us to finish in the top 4 this season. Only this season, I'm taking this mentality, because to get the top players need European football. It's not ideal. It's not ideal for any stretch of the imagination, but it's a fact. Top players want to play in the Champions League. We're not there, so we need to get there. So if we only finish in the top 4 this season, then I'm all for that. For the simple fact being, we finished 8th the last 2 seasons, right? And it's been absolutely shocking. I'm fed up now of having distractions. Let's get top 4. Let's properly invest in this squad. Let's clear out these shit players that aren't worth anything. And I didn't really want to go onto a rant, but I am sort of ranting because it's annoying me. It's annoying me the fact that we're out of the Champions League. It's annoying me that we're not even pushing for the top 4. So let's fucking forget the cups. Honestly, forget the cups this season. Like, we need to kind of just, like, if we can win the Carabao Cup, then great. I'll take it all day long because it's a trophy. But for me, top 4, getting European football, getting the players in that can really turn this club around. Listen, Arteta, whether he's good enough as a manager is a different topic. I've already covered that loads of times. But I just want to get back in to the top 4 so we can buy players that actually are going to change our fortunes of this club. Because right now, I'm just fed up of being out of Europe. I've got to be honest. I'm fed up. Fed up of being out of Europe. I love European games. Absolutely love them. I love Champions League games. I miss the Champions League anthem being at the Emirates. I miss not being able to go to European games as well, to be honest. Not that I've been to a European game, and this is partly why I really want to get back into Europe so I can go to some European grounds. But I want to be back in Europe because Europe is the key to us turning this club around. Champions League is the key to us progressing as a club. It's all well and good. It's all well and good winning a cup, and you have a nice day out at Wembley, and I'm all for that. I love the days out at Wembley. I love winning the FA Cup, but ultimately, we've used the cups for so long as a get out of jail, papering over the cracks card. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of papering over the cracks. If I wanted to paper over cracks, I'd find a plasterer to come in and decorate my house. Do you know what I mean? I'm fed up of papering over cracks and using these cups to paper over cracks. Like, we're Arsenal Football Club. We're not fucking papering over the cracks FC. Let's have a look here. So yeah, do hit that like button, guys. Only a few of you here. What was your comment in there? And I missed that. But yeah, do smash the like button, guys. Really appreciate that if you could smash the like button. I know there's only a few of you today, and I apologize for having to change this stream. But the only reason I've changed it is because I was going. I'm going on Stephen Featley's channel at 7:00, so I had to move my stream so I could do that as well. But I will be back at the usual time of 7 p.m. tomorrow with the Liverpool preview. So yeah, do smash that like button, guys. Really appreciate it. Let's face it, we're gonna fall away and end up finishing 12 points off the top four. I don't know how we're fourth, to be honest, because we've only had 2 decent games. Do you know the thing is, right? I don't care how we are, where we are. We're at top. We're in the top 4, so we have a real opportunity to capitalize on that. Whether we deserve to be there or not, we're there. Now we've got an opportunity to really capitalize on finishing in that top 4. And I think this is why the club are prepared to splash the cash. And I do think they will splash the cash. I honestly do. I do think the club will, because they see a real opportunity. And this is an opportunity. Everything is in our hands. Well, I say it's in our hands because we got to rely on fucking Tottenham, haven't we? Like, to fuck up a bit, with a couple of their games in hand. We've got games in hand. We've got a game in hand. We've got the Wolves game in hand. But yeah, we need Tottenham to sort of fuck up a little bit. Whether that's going to happen or not, it's a job to know. But listen, they're still in the FA Cup, so anything can happen. I just think having the games only focusing on the league, I just think it's going to do us good. I honestly do. I think it's going to do us good. We've still got opportunities to play against the big sides and get that big result that we've all been chasing, because I do think we deserve that big result against the top side, so we still got the opportunity to do that. But I'm just fed up, guys, of being out of Europe. I've had enough of being out of Europe. I've really had enough of being out of Europe. I just want us to get back in to Europe. I'd even take the Europa League again. I'd even take that because A, it's Europe, and B, it's another gateway to the Champions League. But we've got a real opportunity right now to get back in the Champions League. If we can put things in place, i.e., sign some more players in this window, and then we can, get the results. Because I do think with all our fit players, our league squad, our league team, and that 11 are good enough to get top 4. I do believe that if we can add maybe 1 or 2 to kind of help us out, then I do think we have got we are good enough to get that top 4. It's just it is us and Tottenham, right? This is the way I see it. Top 4 is between us and Tottenham. The reason why I say it's between us and Tottenham, because Man United are dog shit. Like, they're awful. They ain't getting any better. They've got real problems. I don't count them whatsoever. Tottenham are our biggest threat to top four right now. So if we can get a result, listen, Sunday's going to be massive, absolutely fucking massive. If we can get a result, then we can shut them up. And that's why I want to shut them up as well. I want to shut them up. Them lot down the road, they're getting too mouthy. So let's shut them up and let's keep them behind us where they fucking belong. Yeah, keep them behind us. Tottenham, they're behind us. They should stay behind us. They're meant to be behind us. They have no business overtaking us. So let's try and just finish ahead of them, finish in the top four, get back into Europe, and then we can properly invest in this team rather than trying to invest without European football. Let's have a look here. Big up Russell. Russell Hibbert said Arsenal are coming back. Keep the faith. Arsenal, I feel, are coming back. Keep the faith. Blip against Forest, but keep the faith. Yeah, it's mad. I hear what you're saying about FA Cup and papering over the cracks, but you can't put performance is like that in the FA Cup. I agree. I absolutely agree. But I just look. I'm not saying that the performance wasn't bad and it was disgusting. It was, but I just look at it and go, do you know what? Maybe it's a blessing, because maybe it's a blessing just for this season. Don't get me wrong, just for this season. Because normally trophies all the way. But for this season, I think to unlock the progression of this team, we need European football. Absolutely. And the other reason why I say we need European football is because we've got players, talented players like Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe. They've all got bright futures ahead of them. If we don't get European football, and the longer we stay out of Europe, the more that they're going to go elsewhere, and the more that they'll be tempted by other projects. They'll be tempted by other opportunities. And I'm fed up of losing our best players or our good players to other teams. We need to turn that fortune around. Joanne says, who would you like them to sign? Look, I'd love Vlahovic. I really would. I'd love us to sign Vlahovic. Do I think it's going to happen? Strangely, I was sort of optimistic about Vlahovic at the weekend. I sort of thought there might be a chance. Now I'm not so sure. It just seems to be another saga that's dragging on time and time again. But we need a midfielder as well. And I think maybe after Sunday's result, they're probably looking at the midfield. But yeah, if we can get Vlahovic, I don't know. The fact that he's having to be convinced, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that's the right path to go down. And Arsenal, from what I understand, Arsenal have not actually launched any bids yet. They've not actually launched any bid, and it's conflicting. You hear some reports saying he doesn't want to come, and then you hear some reports saying that he's open to the project. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano, who you all know I've got a lot of respect for, is saying that he doesn't want to come, but then he did sort of say that about Thomas Partey, that the Thomas Partey deal was not happening, and then right at the very last minute, when clearly the Thomas Partey deal was happening, then he kind of changed his tack. So like, look, it's a minefield. Which journalist do you want to believe at right now, and what reports you want to believe, because there's conflicting reports. There's conflicting reports everywhere. I was really confident in beating Tottenham, but now watching Arteta get outmanaged again, I'm not confident at all. I'm confident we could do a number on Tottenham. I think we could beat Tottenham. I think the problem is it depends what happens with COVID issues. It depends what happens with with players coming back, and it depends what we do. Like if we can get some business done before Sunday, then you just don't know, do you? You just don't know. Anything's possible. We don't deserve nothing after Sunday. Uh, let's have a look here. Big up, Sam. Big ass Samuels. Apparently, the offer that's on the table at the moment is 58 mil plus Torreira, but it might be fake. I don't know. I've seen that. I don't know what's going on. We'll have to wait and see. I agree, Daniel. It shouldn't be a question. But I feel we need European football for the Sakas and etc to see progression. Yeah, we do. Also, a further income stream and attract a level of play. And that's the thing. The reason why, when you look at it, right, yeah, if we had Champions League football, Vlahovic would come to us because that's one of the reasons why he's reluctant in joining us is that we don't have Champions League football and that he's not fully convinced that if he comes to us, we'll get it. And I get that and I completely understand it. And this is why, if we had Champions League football, do you think this Vlahovic deal would be taking so long? And do you think it would be taking this long to convince him? The only thing I will say on this Vlahovic deal is that it seems like that his agents are his mouthpiece. It seems like these agents are what's maybe driving the negative reports. That's just a general feeling I'm getting. I may be wrong. Big up Static as well. Big up to you. Smash the likes, guys. Big up John Wayne. John Wayne's in the chat. Big up to you. 15 likes. Come on, smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Come on, we are. Apologies, you can probably hear Suzanne in the background. But yeah, smash the like button, guys. I've been going for 32 minutes. So listen, I will do I will do 5 more questions before I get myself out of it. Apologies again, guys, that this stream is earlier than my usual 7 p.m., which is probably why there's not a lot of people watching. But I had to change it because I'm going on Stephen Featley's channel at 7 p.m. So yeah, I've had to move this one. But tomorrow's Liverpool preview will be at 7 p.m. I'm going to try and get a guest on as well. I'm going to try and do some more with guests. I have got a potential big guest lined up, but I don't want to say anything right now until it's confirmed. Once it's confirmed, you guys will know. But yeah, I'm going to try and line up a guest. Static says, Daniel, will Arsenal sign 1 or 2 central midfielders? Who knows, mate? Who knows? Like, I hope we do. We definitely need them. But then we also need to ship out some of the players as well, like El Neni and that. But that's not possible while they're at AFCON. But yeah, we definitely need to sign a couple of midfielders. We absolutely definitely need a couple midfielders. We're Steve, the Arsenal Misfit, says we've not made a formal bid on any of the. We definitely need to sign it. It's going to take 2 weeks to get any new signing up to speed. I don't know. I don't necessarily take it 2 weeks, but I realize I agree with you. We are taking it. We are leaving it so late. Having said that, we are only at what we on 11th of January. So like the window ends on the 31st. So you're going to see a lot of activity now moving forward. You're going to see a lot of activities moving forward. So yeah, do smash that like button, guys. Get the questions in. Get the questions in. Would really appreciate that. So yeah, do smash that like button and subscribe. Apologies if you can hear Suzanne in the background. But yeah, do smash that like. Yeah, do smash the like button. Oh, what's going on here? That's the problem as well with StreamYard, right? Using my screen reader jumps up all the bloody comments. Jumps up right at the beginning of all the bloody comments, and it's annoying. Bear with me. There we go. Got it. It's pathetic that we're not even being linked with Haaland. He should be one of our big priorities of the striker position. Edu and Arteta. Lack of ambition from the likes of Edu yet again. Yeah, do you know what though? Like, I've always said, and I look at Haaland, I actually think Haaland would come to us, I know this sounds really crazy, and a lot of you are going to go, but we don't have Champions League football. We don't have Champions League football, but I actually think Haaland doesn't necessarily go for Champions League and champions. He goes where he feels his development is going to progress. Like, he's turned down offers to big clubs before. I think he was offered to PSG or Barcelona before Real Madrid, and he turned them down because he felt it wasn't the right time. I actually think we could get Haaland because not because like we got the money and that. Obviously, we have got the money, but I also think I think Odegaard could be a way of us getting Haaland. Listen, Haaland speaks very highly of Odegaard and says Odegaard is probably one of the reasons why he enjoys playing for Norway. He speaks very highly of him. I actually do think if Odegaard said to Haaland, and obviously, if Odegaard said to Haaland, come to Arsenal, it's a great project. It's, I actually think if Arsenal went in there and put in the right amount of money, strangely, I do actually think Haaland would come. Like, I honestly do. I actually genuinely think Haaland would come. And I know there's going to be people out there on this stream or whoever comes across thinking you're talking shit, you don't know nothing or whatever. But strangely, I do actually think we could have more of a chance of signing Haaland than maybe Vlahovic. And I would take Haaland. Like, I really would. Static says, thank you for answering my question. Anytime, mate. Absolutely anytime. Haaland's not a chance. You guys are mental, says Chris. Do you know the thing is, though, Chris, right? I genuinely, it's not going to happen because I think Arsenal are not looking at that type of striker in Haaland. But I do genuinely think if Arsenal stumped up the money, I think Haaland and Haaland and Odegaard have a good relationship. I do genuinely think there is potential for a discussion there. Like, do you know what I mean? I genuinely believe there's potential for a discussion. Thoughts on the EFL deciding not to investigate Liverpool on the false positive situation? Listen, I'm going to save that for tomorrow. And the reason why I'm going to save it for tomorrow, because it's going to be part of my preview for the Liverpool game, which I will be doing. I'm going to try and find a Liverpool fan to come on as well. I mean, the reason he wants to leave Dortmund because he wants to play for a better team. But he probably wouldn't come to us, but even try. Yeah, I think at least go after me. I think there's a conversation to be had there. Like, I genuinely do believe there's a conversation to be had there. Like, the thing that worries me about us chasing Vlahovic is that we're going to waste the whole January transfer window trying to convince a player that doesn't want to come, and then right at the end of the transfer window, we're just going to turn around. We're going to end up rushing and getting the player who we might not necessarily want. I see we're being linked with Isaac and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I would take Calvert-Lewin. I would take Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Not sure about Isaac. Really not sure about Isaac. Big up sentiment. He said Arteta and Albert out. Albert in and Arteta out. I've seen a lot of people saying that as well. But then again, Arteta would probably mismanage him. We could have the best squad in the world, but I don't trust Arteta. Listen, I'm not. I agree with you, Daniel. I like your thinking, Daniel. Getting Haaland would be massive, but then we need Champions League football. But we need Champions League to make Arsenal more an attractive option. That's what I'm saying to you guys. That's what I'm saying to you when I'm telling you that I would actually sacrifice the cups to get top four. This is what I'm saying to you. We need Champions League football. Champions League football is the key. I'm telling you guys, I'm not just saying it because I don't want Arsenal to win trophies. Ultimately, as a fan, I want Arsenal to win as many trophies as we can. But we've got to, we're not in a position to compete on all fronts. As much as we'd like to be and as much as we'd want to be, we're not. So we're going to have to make decisions. And I would happily take the decision of finishing in the top four over the trophies this season, because top four is the key to us signing better quality players. I feel we'd face stiffer competition for Haaland. With Vlahovic, I feel people are just starting to wake up. We need to move quick if number one target. Yeah, but you can only move quick if the player wants to come to you. And from the general vibes I'm getting is that the player doesn't want to come. I mean, it'd be massive if we can pull it off and change his mind. But yeah, he just doesn't want to come. More like Haaland doesn't like. Arteta won't like. More like Haaland won't like. More like Arteta won't like Haaland's strong personality, and it'll be another situation. It'll be another fallout with our best striker again. Who knows? Who knows? And Aaron Jones. Claude, have you heard Claude's daughter come out this morning and said Claude and the Bansters has been scrapped and Diesel's starting his own channel. And Diesel's setting up a new channel. But do you know what, right? Yeah. Told you this would happen, guys, didn't I? I told you last year, I told all of you last year, I said, give it a year and that channel won't exist anymore. vultures, the pair of them. I'm sorry, I know you guys might like Terry and Diesel and all that, but I tell you, vultures, of absolute vultures, the pair of them. And I said once Claude passed away and things started happening behind the scenes. And you guys know I've said it for time that I've been open on here that I got blocked from that channel for no apparent reason other than the fact that they didn't like me. I said to you, I said, listen, it's going to go down a dark path. I said that channel, give it a year and it won't exist anymore because they don't have the passion or the desire to do it. And what are they going to do? Are they going to keep that channel and just rename it or rebrand it, or is he going to start a whole new channel? And I said to you back then as well, I said they're using Claude to get the people, and then they're going to bin off Claude's channel and they're going to take all his subs to a new channel. And I told you that's what's going to happen, and that looks like what's happening. So I told you guys that would happen. I told you guys that was going to happen. I called it last year, and I've been proven right. We need 2 midfielders now, and nothing else. Otherwise, this window will be a massive failure, and we're going to pay for it. Yeah, we do need 2 midfielders. We do need 2 midfielders, and it'll be interesting to see what happens, whether we get them. Smash the likes, guys. Do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Would really appreciate it. Static says, I got to go in a minute. Take care. Thanks for stopping by, Static. Apart from Vlahovic, who's been rejecting Edu's phone calls, which striker would you want? I would take Haaland. I'd take Calvert-Lewin. I'm not sure about Alexander Isak. I've not really seen an awful lot of him, if I'm being honest. So I can't really sort of have an opinion on a player that I've not really seen an awful lot of. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. For me, the obvious one right now is probably Calvert-Lewin. I think Calvert-Lewin ticks all the boxes. Chris says, you're right, mate. Static says, you're right about the channel not existing. And I told you guys, that's what's going to happen. I told you all last year when all that shit went down. I said, that's what's going to happen. I said, give it a year and it won't exist anymore. Because I knew what they were like. I knew that they were just using that channel, that platform as a springboard. And they claim to care about Claude and all that. They claim to care about him. They didn't give a flying fuck about him. And it's just been proven right. But listen, that's all I'm going to say on it, because it makes me angry. It makes me angry because there was a part of me that hoped I'd be proven wrong, and I've been proven right. And I didn't really want to be proven right on that, but I've been proven right. So that's a shame. Yeah, they did. Listen, mate, and Aaron, I could go into the whole story, but I don't really want to, because it was a year ago and everything's changed and stuff. But listen, there's reason that, yeah, just all I'm going to say is this, is that I did nothing wrong. I got left out in the cold for no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that they didn't like me. But that's their problem, not mine. I would start a new chat. No, see, the thing is, Joanna, I disagree with you, right? I absolutely disagree with you, because all last year they were saying, "Oh, we want to continue it on. Claude would want us to," and then they had no intention of continuing it on. They just had an intention of getting their feet under the table just to get the subs, just to go over and start their own channel. The right thing to do would be to continue that on for his legacy. That's the right thing to do. Continue that on, because all the people that Claude had on, they binned off, like they got rid of. Claude's true friends, as soon as Claude passed away, Claude's true friends, they disregarded for the channel, and it was just their little inner circle who they had on. It was just their inner circle, and it was nothing to do with about respect and anything like that. Oh, Cheddars, you changed your name on YouTube. I thought you had. Do you know what? I thought you had because I seen I recognize the Twitter thing as well. I recognize the Twitter thing. I actually did see. I see you've changed your Twitter handle as well. As far as I'm concerned, the channel is going to stay where it is, but eventually someone will close that channel. It will as well. And do you know the really sad thing is that all the subscribers will go. They'll lose all the subscribers will just migrate over to this so-called other new channel that's being. But it should still be kept on, and it should be kept on the way Claude wanted. Do you know what I mean? It should have been kept. It should be kept on, and the shows that Claude had, you know, like his Wednesday show with me, the shows that he had, the morning show should still be kept on. But listen, they didn't care about any of that. They didn't care about any of that. For every penny they received was going to some sort of charity. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I was blocked last year. As soon as Claude passed, that was it. I was gone, mate. I was blocked. So I have no idea what went on for this past year. But Cheddars, I agree, mate. I agree with everything you're saying, Cheddars. Absolutely. I agree. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. Oh, why was you banned as well? Is that because you watch my channel? That wouldn't surprise me if they did that because of that. Listen, I'm gonna wrap this show up because we've been going on for what are we on now? 52 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this show up. But big up everybody who's tuned in. Like honestly, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all you guys tuning in as always. And like I said, I'm back properly for good now. There's no breaks, so I'll be back tomorrow with the Liverpool versus Arsenal preview. I'm going to try and look for a guest to come on for that show. So yeah, I'm going to try and look for a guest to come on for that show, and we'll preview the game. And then obviously Thursday, I will try and do the match reaction as well after the game at the stadium. So I'll try and get that done on Thursday evening, and I'll drop that Thursday evening, and then I'll do a full review on Friday evening when I eventually get home from Liverpool. And then on Saturday as well, I'll be back previewing the North London derby. I'll do a show previewing the North London derby. And then on Monday, I'll be doing the review for the North London derby. So lots coming up. I've got lots of things in the pipeline. But listen, guys, thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Do hit the like button on your way out. Please share the content, share the channel, and let's try and grow this community. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your night. All take care.